So, good evening, everyone. I hope. Wow. Yes. Good evening, everyone. So today it's Boomer back on comms for the first time in a while. I don't do the regular GT comms anymore. I don't know how that happened, by the way. It was just, apparently I was not asked again for next season, so if they ever need my help, I'll be down for it too. But, and with F1 not having that many tiers, and me not always available on Thursday, this is normally not what I'm doing. But I'm better in commentating this tier than driving it, so here we are. Welcome, Erman Said. I'm fine. But my name is not Schätze. It's very wrong. I don't call you Siad, so I call you Said, so watch yourself. Nah, kidding. Kidding. It's my teammate in Sprint. Welcome to Tier 1. I didn't even put the round in the title, and that's because I don't know what the round is. Oh, it's round 8, okay. And we're here for Imola, 8 out of 12, and yeah, just lately I really want to be more active for the league, but I really found out that having a working job where you can't access your computer all the time really lacks your possibility in doing stuff. So I was just very lucky during my internship and everything, but here we are. So I'm not really up to date. I'm still doing standings behind the scenes sometimes, but posting them, thankfully Bloodwave and O'Leary are doing a stellar job on that one. Yes, BF4, I am needed. Yeah, somehow Bloodwave is just went missing. That's why we also outsource. Why should I outsource? Yeah, he just went missing. Apparently, that's not a Bloodwave thing to do normally. So driver standing for over past halfway in the season, and we basically the story we have to tell is of course the fact, can BR4 hang on to his first Tier 1 title? That brings it sounds like I'm jinxing him immediately, but I'm not. But he had a stellar start of the season. He has a stellar season so far. Almost a 100% podium rate, and just very inconsistent opposition. Polhuis could follow him in the first 3 rounds, and then he was missing another one, and then a horror race in Spain, and he is now even only 4th in the championship. The main competition for BR4 is, can he hold off in the 5 remaining rounds the charge of Baraka, who came in round 5 and is now, oh my goodness, that's Rain. Okay, sure. I'm so glad I'm in the comms booth now. But what I wanted to say is that, yeah, Baraka has absolutely been dominant the last 2 rounds. And he's now 65 points behind BR4, which makes him 3rd in the championship. They're split by Bloodwave, who won in our previous round in Italy. Yeah, and apart from that, no other race winners, of course. Yeah, Polhuis won the first one, but BR4 won 2 and Baraka won 2. So let's see who will be the first driver to win 3. Behind that, we have good pace by other Dutchies, Elite, Spectre and Stagay. We had Joe Royal, who was very good in the first 3 rounds, but has chose to leave. And other podium contenders, Stel, Daxi, Lars, and then we have some other drivers, including myself, and I'm 19th in the championship, so look at General, mate. What the fuck is that? Pinned comment. We pin that until he is back. Yeah, I hope he has an invite, by the way. BR4 is indeed out because that's the other remaining news. He has a quali ban. So he will start from the back, and that will certainly give a big opportunity for Baraka to gain even more points on him. And I already like this because there is a different entire strategy. Who's first on track? Adam, of course. Wets and Inters. Most on the wets though. Erminator is out on Inters. Yeah, he has nothing to lose. Lars out, Rigo and Steggy. So, that's what it is. And further standings in Tier 1. McLaren also very dominant leading. BR4 and Rigo together. And I don't know how I did this, but I'm second in the Tier 1 constructors. And that's all thanks to missing Bloodwave. Because I scored only a very small amount of points. I was P10 last week, so that was good. AlphaTauri in third, Alpine fourth, Mercedes in fifth. That's also because Robin has, quite been missing because of internship things. I think he can return in 2 weeks though. Red Bull, Aston Martin, Williams, and Haas. And we are here on the first lap, and it's very interesting to see what weather forecast will be, and how long the runs will be by people. That's an invalidation for Adam. And the Red Bull, I think it's Steggy. He's now almost in dirty air from him. He's definitely in dirty air. And he is the first to set a lap. In a 26.6. A valid lap from him. Let's see what Baraka's up to. Right, I should have not this one. Ah, second quicker on wet tires. Sure. Sure. Wow, that makes it interesting. Big turns to the final corner. Mini turns will get a slipstream of him for the next lap, I think. He goes 5th, 27.7. There we have Erminator, who showed up for a change, and that's a good lap. 27.6. So it looks like Inters are a little bit better than wets because Daxi also surely sometimes has some pace. He is now P5, and there's Boba Fett third with a 27.2. We have reserve Ryo-chan here joining. He is now 9th. We also have Steba joining, who is not normally in this tier. Adam is in. Lars is gonna complete a lap on Inters, which brings him to P8. And we have Polhuis here, who is not really up to his form of 3-time Tier 1 champion, but maybe the rain will get him some Lewis Hamilton-esque performances. Also a multitude champion that's not in the best form now, but yeah, he indeed shows that the wets are maybe the best. Oh, that's a drift. That's a cool drift. No, that's a cool one. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, we will see. Okay. Let me see. Steba's on a lap though, also on the inters. So in a second lap, Boba Fett improved to 26.1. And the full wets don't really show any very, very promising improvements. Stable with a good one, 26.1. And let's see. Oh, there's some drifting there by mini turns, who I think has seen a lap invalidating. I think that's what happened with him. I don't think Baraka has improved since then. I think he went also on a cooldown lap. He also had a little bit of a loose car there in the final corner, and that also decides it for him. So let's see what mini turns will do. Tenth. Stagger with a very good one, 25.7 on intermediate. So let's see, is Erm still on the lap though? Oh wait, that's the other Red Bull. Yeah, but I think he did his run just a moment ago, so let's see if Polhuis can put in another one. Can be logic that they do bankers on the wets, and still half of the grid is on the wets, but I think they will all like pit for inters at a certain point, and that's exactly what he does now. Daxi was also still out, he was also still on the wets, and when is Adam gonna do a lap, is the question. Terminator already on inters. He's one of the few ones still out on that first set. Small improvement to 26.6. Well, in position it's a small improvement. Mini turns is not on a lap now. Steba is on an invalid lap. Stege with a new purple one. That often shows purple. So indeed only the turns are now in on the wets, and they will also switch to intermediate. So there are indeed some people, because Baraka and Polhuis, they both put in this time on inters. You can still show that like this. So the best times for them and for Daxi and the half drivers have been on full wets. And Stege now really shows that there is improvement out on track. And that's good to see, because then it can become a real tactical battle here. He is almost a second quicker than the opposition here. And who is next to benefit from that? That's a little bit more the question. Typos, I think. Yes, it was Typos. 25.2. Adam will also show up here to the board, I think. For the first time, and his first lap is also immediately P4, 25.9. And Baraka is already out to show what he can do indeed. Terminator, well, actually not quicker, and he will go to his second intermediate set now. Good to see if Stege also continues. If he just does multiple runs behind each other. I sometimes do that in the rain. Really helps sometimes. Now this is a cooler for him though. Daxi's on an out lap. Rigo's already on a charging. That's maybe someone that I haven't put my eyes on yet. But he's not quicker. And definitely not... that was the coolest drift of the evening so far, but it's not gonna gain you any pace. Maybe it's better for Lars? You would say he would be able to improve. And he indeed does. 25.3, so you can go really faster. And I think Baraka is about to show that. He is 8/10 quicker. But that's maybe compared to his own lap. Well, still. But it can become close though. There's Adam, 24.5. I haven't saw that one, and that was not the best of exits for Baraka out of the final corner. But grabbed P1 nevertheless. Who am I fooling? That's fault stuff. Mitchell should also be out. Yeah, but he just started his lap. Dexter could be on one. Yeah, he is. So, slightly more than 5 minutes remaining. And it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. So we got our flags in front of him. Oh, the Alpine was just off track, so not really a big issue there. I think he's one of the first that goes for another one. He's also driving on bad, so there's his stuff. And Taxi to P4, 24.8. Typos, and Typos to fastest, 24.2, really feels very good in the rain here. Baraka is in, he will go for another final run. Mitchell invalidated. And so maybe big turns on a good one now. So that's a very nice change of pace. Baraka took pole in the final 3 races. Before that, poles went, well, 2 went to Polhuis, 1 went to BR4, and I actually don't know the one from China because it's not registered in the standings, so... But a good one by Big Turns, 24.6 indeed. It's just all about timing, I think, now. Ryo-chan still in the 30s, maybe Rigo is on 1. Yeah, he's 9/10 faster. That can elevate him some big positions. Now it's just... I think it also can be really good to just do some multiple laps and just warm up your tires. And that's indeed the strategy of Typos. He went to the fastest lap by doing some more laps, and Rigo is showing the same. And Daxi as well. Rigo to a 24.5, and Daxi also with a second run to 23.9. I think you have to take some more fuel and just go all out for it. Mitchell, Paul is very treated unfairly by the track limits because he is 1.4 up. But I think he will go for the same strategy. These guys are just going to do longer runs. And even mini turns shows himself to the front with a 24.4. And he is suddenly P4. And indeed, if you don't count in Baraka or indeed in Adam Milsey who did a singular lap, well, you can look when they did their best lap. Stege even did after 5 laps, and Steba goes to pole with a 23.3. And the Ferrari of Ryo-chan out of nowhere goes to P3 now with a 24.1. And so he's going to shuffle through big time. Daxi now on a cooldown, I think. And then he will go for one more. Oh wait, no, he's in. But that's it for him then. That's it for him. That was his opportunity, and it's interesting to see. Rigo is also gotta wait. The Alpine can go through. And I hope he doesn't held up Stege here. No, he isn't. Rigo maybe also had his run. There is Stege. He's a very good contender for pole. 23.2. Rigo is done. Mitchell finally with a valid lap and goes fastest. And mini turns is in an absolute wondrous world. because this is by far the highest he has been up on the grid. But I think everyone is also preparing for a final lap. Baraka is just here, and he is gonna do it with only one prep lap in these conditions, while there are some guys out, like I said, that drove their times on their second or third laps. Victor's joins in the top 5 with a 23.6. I don't know whether there is a Mercedes standby at the pit entrance. And Boba Fett now to second. Seba, what have you done, man? Is he disqualified? No way, he was P4. Maybe that was on purpose though. So yeah, it's the end for Steba. It also means that BR4 is not gonna start last though. I think the flag is out. Lars is gonna catch it and improves to P6 with a 23.8. Stege is in. Mitchell had an invalid one, but it is pole for him. And the surprising scenes here of seeing Baraka when the flag is out in P10, it feels a bit like Verstappen in 11th when he still had to do a lap. But he was 1 point something up, so that's gonna be a 22, I think. Yeah, that's almost a second. Although there are some others that can still also go for a time. Terminator to P11. Big turns not with an improvement. I don't think Boba Fett was on the lap. Oh, well, he was. Never mind. He was. He can maybe go for the front row here. And he misses out by a tenth. And then there are only some couple left. Typos is left, but invalidated when he is a second up. If that wasn't a big corner cut, is a shame. So Adam Millsy maybe, but yeah. In the end, Baraka just doesn't need any more laps. Adam goes to 6th in the end. Good effort by him. And Lars was also already invalid as well, so in the end, Baraka's night heads faster than everyone else. Oh my goodness. But he was P10, so track evolution was a big thing. So, good drive there from Paulhuis. Also very impressed by mini turns. He starts 7th, which is very good for him, and it's a bit disappointing for Arrigo, I think. And also Daxi, I think those were the two that didn't really time it very well. Yeah, well, you were up in the top 5 at some point, but then everyone improved. So this is what it is. That's 8 whopping pens though. It doesn't matter which kind of conditions you give Baraka. Maybe even he's even better in the rain because it makes it more trickier, so you need more skill level. So it looks like an off day for McLaren in the office. So for the constructors can become really interesting. The 2 McLarens coming from the back and the 2 Ferrari drivers not driving. Well, if there are only 9 finishers, I give myself P10. A Steba, unfortunate Steba, because I think he was over here. He would have been top 6, I think. It's a very much different weather now. So let's see. It's a bit shame for I feel a bit for BR4. He couldn't compete in a qualifying session that was as entertaining on this one. I've waited a long time. Anyway, here we are for the start of the Imola Grand Prix. I still call it the San Marino Grand Prix. We're off, and we see Erminator on softs, so he has some big plans, and some other drivers on hards, including Baraka, who leads into turn 1, big turns, Ryo-chan, BR4 and Steba, and Baraka is off in the distance. And a very decent start, I think, except that there is a Mercedes on the grass. I think Steba also would have dropped himself to the back. Maybe it was an intentional one. Good start by BR4 though. He's already alongside Ryo-chan here. Came from 14th and already up to 9. Really what he needs to do though. As far as Daxi in a place of the... He should not normally be there. Anyway, so Baraka already almost a second clear of Boba Fett. It wasn't a good start from Poorhouse actually. So... where can I see that? Yeah, Poorhouse dropped 3, Big Turns dropped 3, BR4 up by 5 and Typos dropped 3, and so Mini Turns is still in an exceptional P6. And Adam now under pressure from Poorhouse in order for him to regain 4th place, and he already completed the move even before the straight was anything close to turn 1. It also looks a little bit like the wings of Adam are not that low, because even Mini Terms had a go at him. And further at the back, BR4, yeah, he's the only one that can lose in all the battles he will have to face today, because all the other drivers are just there and he needs to cope with them. So it's his task to make the moves. And that's why I think he was also a little bit cautious here by trying to overtake Big Turns and maybe waiting for a DRS zone. Terminator gaining the position on a very interesting place there on Rigo, on his softs. And at the back it's actually Steba quite close now to Typos, who looked very good in qualifying at some point, but was maybe not meant to be there. So yeah, hards for Baraka, Big Turns, BR4, Ryo-chan and Steba, like I think I said. And Baraka with a 17.5. So let me see. Daxi also opening up a gap to the rear runners now, and maybe he will indeed get the temperature on his tires. Look at this fabulous shot. So indeed some different groups are forming, and it's, yeah, I love the guy, but it's not surprising that it's me. Oh my god, Erminator safety car. Yes, it's the Erminator safety car. That's a standard future. It's already time for that. Many prizes are there to be lost. Not one, because the race is still long, but there is our classic Erminator safety car. So who will be the loser this time will be the question. I love the fact that this angle was there for a prolonged period of time. I was just about to say that there are different groups forming, both of 5 competitors actually. It was the top 5, then numbers 6 to 10, and then numbers 11 to 15, although Erminator made that a group of 4. Yeah, sure, but you always find a place on the track where you can make a mistake that you haven't done in the past, so I'm not surprised. But I feel for you. But good to see you again back on track, Erm, so please be there more often. Oh, well, okay. So, pit stops have been made by Rigo and Steba. They choose this opportunity to go to the new medium tire. They were at the back anyway, so I don't think any of them lost even a position. It also shows that, yeah, everyone is back together. Steba said Finn with a couple of sweets at the back. It'll be great. Yeah, I think Bloodwave sometimes has to take a break because he is obviously sleeping now because he's awake a lot of the time. He's still setting up now. He's on non-active now on Discord. So I am quite hungry actually. Why is it always that I'm hungry during these races? That's an odd thing. So, one more lap, I would say, because Regan Steba joined a bit late. So, only 4 drivers on the hard lap. Steba is here just for fun and for banter. I don't know if he even is taken up in the standings, though. He's basically driving 2 tiers every week. The GOAT! What do I have here? I need something tasty. This sounds like a cookie. I found a cookie. Oh. Fun fact that the whole track is like yellow, but not that part on the straight, a small part. Safecar should go in this lap, I think. Ah. Well, enough cookies. We have a race to see. I actually want to check in the standings if Erminator ever finished a race this season. I believe he hasn't. Or maybe one. Here we go. Let's see if, like, the guys on mediums can actually challenge Baraka on hard. To be honest, should be the case. Let's go, Boba Fett. Give him a challenge. Come on, my friend. He's just defending the inside very well there. Yeah, there should be an opportunity on mediums versus hards though, but at the start he could get away, not quite easily though, but... And further back, Lars gained a position on mini turns, and I think mini turns is gonna fight that one. You'll have to see that. And now he's being a little bit drifted to the side, and that will give Big Bro big turns. I hope it's just Big Bro. I don't hope that, like, I know they're brothers, but it would be funny. Oh my goodness, Dexy. It would be funny if Big Turns was actually the younger brother. Or maybe the smaller, but in size. I don't know, they have to give some more information about their brotherhood. Brothership. I don't know. Rigo with a move, actually. On Ryo-chan, also using his medium tires there. And Lars is looking for more. And he maybe can fight that with Adam Millsy. Well, Boba Fett keeps Baraka honest at the moment though, but yeah, when the mediums drop off he will be gone in the distance. And the problem is that he has to defend himself against Stege. And now it's just a very close 2-10s. It's good to see that they really want to try to bring the battle to Baraka, and it's been done a little bit now. Oh. Cool camera shot, you know. Give everything for the cool camera shots. So Rigo already gained 2 positions actually. And Steba goes for another one now on Ryo-chan, so he did the same. And BR4 of course still on the hard, so he's a bit in maybe a bit more difficult situation. Well, just give me this shot. I want to go, yeah, I want to see. Oh no, 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 oh no. Shall we blame Daxi for that? Yeah, we should. I wanted to keep that angle for the longest time possible. There is a Ferrari going very wide there, which will give Typos a run on Ryo-chan. I feel with the guy. I think he's a little bit here, just as I am. Also in the Ferrari. They're just not I don't know if he's prepared, but I'm never prepared, you know. DRS is active, which can certainly be an option for Lars, who shows some really good pace. He scored a surprise podium in Singapore, I can remember. Maybe a bit because he has not the outright pace of the fastest in his tier, but... And Rigo is looking at Daxi. Oh, that's the type of content I'm looking for. That's the type of content I want. So yes, what we see is that Baraka really well on the first lap. I think he drained a lot of battery to create the 1 second gap, but now it's hard to drive away from these medium runners. And Daxi actually under pressure, under the Rigo pressure, gets a third warning. And there are some guys now dropping a bit off at the back though. Typos lost out on DRS, Ryo-chan and Mini-Turns of course had his own issues. Maybe let's see what Polhuis can maybe do. He looks a bit closer than in previous laps on Stege. It's interesting though, because a certain well-timed safety car can still screw Baraka over because he is on the harder tire. I will commit to a medium run later, but yeah. But at the same moment that Polhuis is really looking at Stege, Stege is really looking at Boba Fett now. And indeed BR4 is just playing a little bit of the waiting game though. Daxi is also in the McLaren sandwich and Ryo-chan is in the gravel. On the moment that Polhuis is really looking at Stege now. He has more pace than he... Yeah, he looks to be the quickest out of the top 4. Adam dropping a little bit off now. Still trying to cling on to the DRS. So unfortunately Mini-Turns is now 8 seconds back and Baraka is slowly but steadily on his way to a second of a lead. But the fun thing is then you see him having 8 tenths and Boba is now draining it all the way down to 3 tenths. So if he keeps doing that then there's no problem. I tried to bring a little bit Baraka in like the to give him some airtime because I don't know how much he had in the previous races. But yeah, he is not far away though. Look at that. Look at my favorite angle, you know. That's great. Where is it? So Ryo-chan is in. He is going to the mediums and will have to hope for a miracle. Feels a little bit like my strategy in Japan. Which bited me in the ass. I had the luck that MBMA was out of fuel in the last lap and it's Typos now with a problem and a VSC which can become timely for some medium runners at the front. This can be a window of opportunity though. I think surely one of the top 6 is gonna try it. Maybe guys like Polhuis or Lars who are most likely to feel being held up. And there are more that do it. No, there's only... It's the opposite of the drivers I expected. Boba ruined it immediately by getting the 5 seconds. And Adam and Daxi are opportunistic. Oh yeah, you can go to the hearts now actually. Boba is to the hearts. You'll see as well. It's also a bit of a free pit stop for melee turns indeed. Typos does the same. Very unfortunate for Ryo, and Lars got a drive-through for speeding, ruining his race. Would have been better for him to like box then. Poor guy. So that changes a little bit. It also creates this second of a gap because Adam and Boba Fett dropped away. So Lars is now 1.5. Is now 1.5 behind his fellow Dutchman. It also means that the field is a bit more spread out and that we still have this group with the McLarens that are now behind big turns. Still are behind him. But it's remarkable to see that, well, Boba Fett indeed took the penalty, so that maybe explains a bit that he drove into the pit lane much quicker than thought. But he suddenly has 3.8 seconds over Adam Millsy. And oh, I think that was moving on the braking a bit. And that's cost him BR4 big time. I think he was already past big turns, right? And he was just aiming on Lars now. I have no clue what I actually saw. I was not really paying attention. Well, I was paying attention to the gap that Adam had to Boba Fett suddenly, because they were close behind each other. And now it's 4 seconds, and Daxi is closer to Adam than Adam to Boba. So all this makes Lars also lose time, and there remains like a top 3 that's still very close to Baraka. And I think with Stege and Polhuis, you found 2 drivers that are really up for the challenge of like closely following him. And then this group of 5. Adam is losing a lot of time on the hards. I must say that, like, genuinely a lot. What did he do? I don't know why this sparks my interest, but he loses a lot of time compared to Boba. So there's Lars in for his drive-through, unfortunately. And the day is even becoming better for Rigo, because that means Rigo gained actually 3 places in last lap. He benefited from BR4 going wide. Boba Fett with the fastest lap, by the way, 17.4. He benefited from BR4 getting wide, passes big turns and gains a position on Lars, and is suddenly in 4th. And Lars at the same time ended up where Adam is, and is now the buffer for Adam between him and Daxi. So BR4 has to do a little bit more to catch up back to this group of drivers. He's kind of back though. But now he has to repass Steba again, the only driver he started ahead of this race. And the top 3 still very close to each other. Lars, his day goes from bad to worse. And he also had a big moment and sees Daxi pass him. Of course, Daxi now on newer tires, so Steba is gonna make a move here on big turns. So the mediums are still not really, well, they are holding it together, you could say. Well, the hards are also a little bit older, and we have, of course, Rigo and Steba pitching during the first safety car, which gives them like a very good medium run, and maybe they can even stretch it to a soft run if the mediums are still a good tire in a couple of laps. That will be a question though. I also think maybe that it's not really Adam's issue on the hard, it's just that Boba Fett after that penalty is becoming incredibly quick on them. Like for real. Putting in a decisive fastest lap. There is the Northern Alliance, And Steba is really unleashing his pace now. And he would want to pass Rigo because the gap to the top 3 is already gaining to 3 seconds. And the same goes for BR4 on big turns. I think he will use the most, but Stege not. And the other two, indeed, one McLaren is passing and the other one gets passed. So that they are back in formation, and Seba actually only 3 seconds or 4 seconds behind his teammate in the other car. Daxi with a good run, maybe also help thanks to DRS, which he still has. He comes from a distance and it's still too far to make the move here on Adam. They made a little bit of a similar call strategy-wise. And actually the closest 3-way battle is actually for the lead, which is impressive though. So here we are. Is Rigo gonna help his teammate is the question. Well, I think we have to see. I'm not sure how we really can help him, actually, in this part of the race, but any position is a position. And Big Turns is just trying to hang on in this fight. Yellow in sector 1, Ryo-chan is off, but can continue. It's the same corner he had or the previous problem. And that's a swap for the McLarens. And Stege and Polhuis again coming incredibly close to Baraka, but not able to pass him. And that's a bit the problem. Well, actually, we're halfway the race. The hards should be better than the mediums now, right? They actually should be, maybe. It looks like it's becoming 2 3-way battles if Big Turn drops out of this. However, he can still manage on it at DRS. Daxi actually made the move on Adam, I think on the straight. But Adam is a very good follower, I know. And I don't mean a follower on Instagram or anything, he's just good in following on track. I heard that from sources. The problem for Polhuis is a little bit that maybe he has a better chance of passing Baraka than Stege, but he is behind Stege. And the gap is now suddenly 6/10, and Stege is in, so... well, that's convenient. That's convenient timing. He's still super in the DRS, of course. And further back, Rigo also pits. So BR4 will have a run on Steba here. And he is back in the top 3. Only 5 seconds off Baraka on the same strategy. It could have been worse at this moment in time. Let's see where Stege comes back. There are indeed the big undercuts from Adam and Daxi. And like I said, because Adam is such a good follower, you can also repass Daxi. Lars with a speeding penalty. Well, this was his first pit stop anyway. Mediums with a 3 seconds. And well, Daxi can try again. And this can become interesting for Polhuis. It's interesting that on different strategies, well, poor Rigo with a penalty, on different tires, right till he get left, I think, Polhuis still remains this close to Baraka. He was only held by 1 safety car though. Maybe they both try. Well, this is going to be a move. This is going to be a move for the lead. From Polhuis on medium tires, which are apparently not. And Baraka losing the lead in the race for the first time. Big Turns is in. But I also think that he can stay behind Polhuis very easily throughout the lap and just make the pass again. Big Turns is gonna drop back to far, and Daxi not being able to manage to make the move this lap on Milsey. Oh, and yeah, well, maybe that's gonna grant Baraka the win. Well, if Polhuis can stay with him for the entire lap, then yeah, for for the entire race, it will still not matter a lot. But at least Polhuis has led a lap on merit, on even impressive merit, because his mediums should be degraded way more than the hards of Baraka, or the mediums are actually a very much preferred tire, but that's what Baraka goes in before him. This shows a little bit that the medium is by far the preferred tire, and you want to drive as long as you can on those. BR4 also in, he's just mimicking that strategy in order to come close, but ruining it by getting a 5 seconds. Oh, and there is a caution because Lars spun. If this is a safety car, he retired. And it's a VSC. Well, if the VSC stays for long, Polhuis can benefit more than Baraka from this. He was on his way to pit exit, but it's gonna grant him the position over Stege, I wanted to say. But Stege was just ahead of him. That was the undercut that was going to work for Stege, he thought, and then the VSC came during the time that Baraka was in the pits, and it almost costed him that undercut he was trying to do. But in the end he managed. The only problem is he is on hards against mediums for Baraka, and if the mediums are actually very good, then yeah. VSC is over, so the window for the Mercedes drivers has disappeared, and the rest already all has pitted. Steva's maybe going for a soft stint though. I can think of anything like that. So this all brought Rigo very close to BR4, who is on medium tires and is only 4 seconds behind Baraka, so he gained a second during to more time in the pits during the VSC, I think. And a problem for Boba Fett, who spun, I think, who was on such a good roll, he was back up into P2. Steva pitted. And now it's suddenly a battle for P2, where there is some contact, and eventually Adam... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Well, that's a safety car. And that's Stege eliminated by a tangle between Adam and Daxi, I think. I think they were still battling each other. They were still side by side. And I don't know what force made Daxi go left there, but it eliminated Stege as collateral damage, I could say. That's and he was on a real podium hunt, Stege there, and maybe a challenger for Baraka, and this is well, this is incredible for Polhuis. He did 19 laps on those mediums. He can even go to the softs if he is bold and brave. I don't know what the tire life of the softs is. Maybe too risky, but what does he has to lose? Indeed, thank you very much, Mitchell. You're amazing. Nothing to lose, and now in a big position for the win actually. Maybe he's even gonna come out in front. Ryochan can unlap himself, by the way. Adam, oh wait, everyone is going in. Yeah, that's fair. Fairly so. But the problem is that Baraka is gonna get held up by the fact that Milsey is ahead of him in this part of the race. Yeah, everyone is pitting. And some bold people will go for the soft. Maybe everyone will go. Because they, especially the top 5, could see that Polhuis went for the soft. And Steva is gonna be his wingman. He is definitely gonna be his wingman. Because he will be in between on brand new mediums though. Some other drivers that maybe did not saw that, or were not as bold as the bravest, went on new mediums, or maybe they didn't have any softs anymore, but everyone is in actually, except for Steva, but he basically pitted last lap. So he is basically on the same strategy as Big Turns, Boba Fett and BR4, but with, yeah, positions. And I hope he will really battle for it, because he can be a very, very important factor here. He can be a very important factor. So I hope he just takes the battling serious and doesn't like give the positions to the guys behind him. Actually, Baraka benefits from the fact that there were gaps because he's only in 5th now. He didn't lose any more. And yeah, BR4, that's a very untimely safety car for him though. He's also not on the optimal tire, maybe. We never know. But for Baraka, it can be a challenge for him to pass Daxi actually. And maybe the mediums are still a very good tire at the end, like in the last 2 laps.
Imola was awarded the honor for
Very interesting. And it's likely that we will wait till Ryo-chan has catched up to the field, so that's very well read if people really intentionally chose the softs because they saw that like Ryo-chan was a lap down or anything, then fair play. I deserve another cookie. Right? Safety car is cookie time. I remember the times when I did a shot every time there was a safety car, I think. Very bad decision. Well, Titles did maybe something smart. If the softs are really dropping off at some point, he went for brand new ones. Nothing to lose. I could have scored points here, maybe. I could see that. Poor Staggy, by the way. Poor Staggy. Maybe he also watched his footage back and just saw that it was very unfortunate. Yeah, we will definitely go next lap, so that will mean 9 more laps. If the softs can hold on to that, well, it will be 11. Maybe the medium runners did something smart, because the medium proved to be a good tire. Ah, he went very early. Oh, and Baraka's already in the gearbox of Daxi. He's gonna apply a lot of ERS, I think. Yeah, he does. He does. Baraka's not even using. So here we are, restart, where indeed mini turns goes for a very, I think maybe ERS powered move on Rigo. Because he's on mediums though. And furthermore, while Baraka is already back to the back of Daxi, he's just very also good in the corner part of the track, you know? The corner part. Just all the corners. But still, it's not a given that he wins this race. He has to really earn it today, because there are people ahead of him on the same strategy that can also benefit from DRSs. He has no pressure though from behind, I think. I don't think Big Turns will be able to mold the challenge. And for Daxi, this is, with the limited practice he had, I heard, will be a challenge though. Imagine the scene when he would have practiced for a while, then maybe you could have done something, but now I'm very afraid that it won't happen. And Adam is like, well, Steva, get away, I think. Because Adam indeed completes the move on Steva, and Baraka's just not really using on the straight way more ERS than Dax. Yeah, he will just wait, but he can't wait too long. You can also try here. You can also try here. Sure. Oh, Daxi! Oh no! And he hit, I think, Big Turns. I think Big Turns has damage. And these guys luckily ghosted. That was a very cool camera angle to have of that, but that's... Yeah, I think just applied the power too early, just in an attempt to still catch up to Baraka. That's maybe one for Boba Fett, who can barely hold on to this position compared to BR4. Poor Daxi, he was just in a good position for a good run. And now he unleashed Baraka. He still has to pass Steba though, and Polhuis is in a good position to win the race if the softs can hold on. And for BR4 it's damage control, definitely. He has to pass Boba at some point. Mini turns? What? He just cut that chicane. There's Rigo. Also we'll be looking at Daxi. I don't know who has damage now because of that. Maybe Big Turns though. Mini Turns is out, but in the pits. No visual damage though, but... Poor Daxi. That was unfortunate though. He would have lost the position, I think, but... Oh wait, yeah, I was not aware of that. Polhuis with 6 seconds now. So that means Adam Millsy is on his way to a win now. Riotron retired? And that's a safety car. Well, penalties will be the deciding factor here. What are you gonna do now? I think you won track position over Baraka. This is horrendous for Polhuis, by the way. Horrendous. Because all the guys that have penalties had 6 seconds actually. This is the baddest thing that could have happened to him. But track position, I think. For definitely the ones ahead. For indeed some medium runners behind. Indeed Boba Fett, BR4. I think he's also like, yeah, what else can I lose? Daxi and Rigo has penalties. They will also go for new softs. For the top 5 it was too big of a risk to take. Double stack though, but Liano is like the second one, so... That's like... Yeah, if I would still live, I could have scored points. Well, I would be number 11 then in the race, so... Yeah, this is not what Polhuis could need. Yeah, but he already had the 3 seconds, of course, earlier. But if he only had that 3 seconds and he would have not had this safety car, then it could have become an option. Let's see, I think we will already go next lap, so that will leave us 4 laps, I think, to race. And the thing we still have to say is that Baraka has to pass 2 guys in 4 laps, but I think he's just a calculated guy. I think he will manage that. Except if new softs can really help you. Rio, what? Why? 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 Okay. Maybe really wants the newest tires to get a fastest lap in? To keep him warm in the final lap. So in the end, Big Turns has... Well, it is a little bit of a late decision, but he went for it. So that means, yeah, Steva is just there for banter, you know, he's just going for track position. And it also means that Baraka is under... He is immediately under pressure on by drivers on brand new softs. And I think Boba Fett is one of the quicker ones on them. Him, BR4 and Polhuis would have been the most dangerous ones now in the race to have behind him, so... yeah. It's still the same tire, but he can have a problem though. But we will see. We will see what they make out of it. Safety car in this lap. Here we are, underway, and Baraka is already alongside Steba, or at least he tried. Steba's just draining his entire battery, I think. But yeah, maybe would have been crucial to make a first move. Steba can indeed, like I said, be a very, very important factor, but for that Boba Fett really has to apply the pressure. He will likely go down here on the inside. Steba is trying to hang it on. That's impressive stuff though. He's still there, but on the outside. And Steva also knows when he lost the position though. Now, to be honest, it would have been better that he let some other guys through. Polhuis. What? Okay. That looked like a very poor exit. Maybe he wants to give Adam a chance of the win. Yeah, Steva's now cutting the corner. But he's still ahead of these drivers, these guys. Boba Fett has to go a long way around. And I think Steva almost spun. And Steva really spun. Hey, there's a reset the track. Hey! Hey! Anyway, so maybe Baraka is going to see Polhuis as a buffer, because he let Adam through very easily. Maybe just wants a different winner? Wants to steal positions off from Baraka? I don't know, that looked like, or maybe he really made a mistake. But he will surely have a chance to defend against Baraka, and it's 2.5 more laps though. Steba eventually retired, so that's my point then. And further back, BR4 is trying everything he can to pass Boba and have a little bit more of a chance. The top 5 is really close to each other. There's a bit of a gap now to Daxi. And Polhuis indeed stays behind Adam. That was not the best exit, I think. Surely that will not work here. Well, they both have DRS now. They both have DRS now, and there comes Boba Fett. And I think the wings are the difference here. The wings and Poorhouse indeed being on the line here from... now they don't have to, they should not eliminate each other. It almost looks like a coalition against Baraka a little bit, because that really worked out for Boba Fett. And this is like a dream come true for Adam. BR4 will surely go for something. And the back, by the way, we have Typhos with Rigo. Surely BR4 will go for this. Or he plays the safe championship game indeed. It's interesting, Baraka under full pressure and in trouble. Not really in trouble, it's still a good race for him, but his aim is of course now the championship, and at this moment in time he will only gain 2 or 3 positions on BR4. Of the more than 60 he still has to gain on him. And he's actually a little bit out of ERS compared to BR4, who goes for the move here. And is trying to do what Baraka did in the last lap, and that's an incredible move. Because he pulled it off and Baraka didn't last lap. He's also a little bit out of ERS. I think almost everyone is, except Adam maybe has the best shot here. Boba Fett will now try and want to win the whole thing and goes around the outside with incredible racecraft from both drivers. Mitchell will come back at him again and is far enough alongside, but is eliminated there by technically Boba not really giving enough room, and the fact that if you touch the grass there, it's over there. Baraka is down, and Daxi maybe saved some ERS and is now even ahead of him, although that will not matter in the end. Awful sequence of events there for Poorhouse, also for Big Turns I think, who lost 2 positions there. Rigo can maybe have a final assault on Typos, but this will be the thing. Can Boba Fett still go for a dive and prevent an incredible Adam Milsey win? He will surely defend the inside here, but a move can be made on the outside. And I think Boba was out of ERS. And now he only has to do this final exit. And I don't know if it is his first one, but I'm merely impressed by Adam Milsey, who wins here at Imola. And I think he will be over the moon for this win. Really great and impressive stuff. Drove a really good race, and the fun fact is that he had no pace on the hards actually. Some timely safety cars really helped him get the position. It also helped him gain a very crucial position ahead of Baraka when the pit stop sequence happened. But yeah, that's a sublime performance by Adam. I surely have to see. I think the guy said 2 minutes before the race started that he was still on the way of joining, so I don't know if he was really ready for this one, but he did a phenomenal move. Also pit stop strategy wise. Boba second, only 2 tenths behind. BR4 with the recovery drive he really wanted to see. That's a win for him this day. Because Bloodwave not here, and he gained 3 more points on Baraka, who will surely hunt him down more in the championship, but it was not his day. He didn't even get the fastest lap. That one went to Poorhouse earlier in the race, who was very unfortunate and unlucky and only finishes in 9th. Typos went for new softs at the end, and that was rewarded by a P5 ahead of Big Turns. Dexy could have gotten more, especially without penalty. He is 7th, Rigo in 8th, and then the both Mercedes drivers and the rest of the field. Very entertaining race actually, very entertaining. I think it's his first, yeah, Rigo also said it, that's his first Tier 1 win. Well, I'm glad that there is a stream for that one, because I salute him. The first Adam win, yeah. We have been here. That'll be a popular one among the server. great stuff. Great stuff. That's really, really awesome. That's great to see. Well, I want to do this more often if the races are something like this. Thank you all for joining and joining me on this one. That was a blast, actually. It was a good race. It was always full of excitement. So next week we will be, and I hope Pyro will be on that one. Portugal will be the race next week. I think Pyro indeed had some Sundays that he couldn't make it. So I hope he will be back next week, and then you guys can see me on track getting P11. So thank you all for joining, and have a great night.